Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Daniel Simon of Winneconne High School out in Wisconsin. How's it going, Daniel?
Going great. How are you?
I am doing well. We have arrived in week 9, my friend. It is okay. So for people that are listening, and because this is I've been going around the other states and all that stuff. So I know we're in week 8 here in Michigan, but week 9 is where Wisconsin is at right now. Um, so just kind of talk about um, you know, last week of the regular season. You guys are getting ready for playoffs next week. Just kind of talk about how the year's kind of going.
Yes, sir. So we're doing very good. Um, it's a very impressive season so far. So this past week we had a very tough game against our conference rival Xavier. So unfortunately didn't come out the way we wanted it to, but ended up learning a lot of things and kind of growing closer as a team. Right now we're 5-3, so we got our last game of the year, which is going to be homecoming, and it's going to be a good one. So I'll say we're very close to where we want to be as a team, and we're definitely getting ready for playoffs. So
Yeah. And how many schools have their last week of the season be homecoming? But of course the season started a few
mhm.
weeks earlier than a lot of other. I know you guys are usually one of the first states to start. So
Yes,
um
sir.
okay, so so let's talk about the positions that you play because you're kind of everywhere. You're mostly at defensive tackle, but you've kind of played a little bit everywhere. So how do you feel like you've grown this year as a player?
I'll say definitely I've grown just with my strength and kind of confidence. It's every year I've definitely learned that, just being confident helps the most. It's not necessarily how good you are at a certain move or how strong you are. It's just being confident. So I'll say from freshman year to now, just having overall confidence is, clearly the change that I've seen and how I've grown as a player. So
So looking back at your freshman year, you're a senior. So, this is kind of just to see where that year was. Of course, that was also the COVID year. Um, so coming from that to now, what have you kind of seen how have you kind of grown just as a player and as a person?
I'll say COVID year starting out, it was kind of rough, but it definitely helped just mastering the craft and kind of getting more comfortable with high school. I'll say coming into high school, I was kind of a little unsure and a little lacking in that confidence with football and just as a person. So being able to get out there and play football right away and not really have to deal with too many people, I know that's kind of funny, but it definitely helped me just gain confidence and be more sure of myself. I'll say from there, I've definitely grown, with just my overall social skills and being a good teammate and just knowing what gets guys going and just definitely growing closer as a team and stuff like that since freshman year. So
Yeah. How would someone describe you on the field?
I'll say anybody would describe me as big and fast and a little too friendly at times. So
Okay. Um, okay, so going into this week, just like talk about what you've kind of learned during the summer. What did you work on? What are some of the things that you did to get better this year?
I'll say the top thing that I did was just making sure I got out and went to some camps where I was going against some higher competition, higher levels of competition. And I'm definitely just making sure this year that I'm ready for fall camp, freshman year in college. So anything that I had to do as far as, conditioning or strength training went, I'm definitely taking that seriously. And it's just something I've worked on is making sure I'm ready. So
Yeah, I know. Hard to believe it's your senior year. Can you believe it?
I can't. I'll say that's something I've kind of wished it away, just planning my life ahead. And now we're finally here. I'm kind of wishing I was a junior still and definitely can't believe that we're at the end of this regular season. So,
Yeah. Um, I know your future is kind of set up, so kind of talk about that.
for sure. So, right now we're set up as far as college and the next 4 years of playing football. So, we're going down to Lindenwood and I'm going to be majoring in business marketing. So that's kind of some of my future goals are to be in the business area, and I'm definitely excited for that. I'll say, like I said, I kind of want to slow this year down and just enjoy high school while I can, because I know college will be here soon enough, and before I know it, I'm going to be graduating from there, and everything's going to be moving quick. So I'm definitely just trying to enjoy stuff right now. So
Yeah, this world doesn't stop for anything, not even a pandemic.
for
Um,
sure.
so let's talk about how you mentally get ready for a game. Like what do you do what do you do like right before a game or something like that? Or what does Daniel think about right before a game?
I'll say the number one thing I think about is just, why we deserve to be there as a team. I just like to calm down and take a step back and realize, how much of a blessing and, it's just a great opportunity to have to be able to go out there and play football. And I just think about that, and I think of all the preparations we've done as a team, and why we deserve to be there again, why we deserve to win. And it's just really a humbling moment when you just sit back and relax before the game, kind of thinking about how things could go, and just making sure I realize, how much of a great opportunity it is to be able to go out and play. So
Yeah, I mean, it's like you never know that like everyone wants to go play high school football and all that, but just like how special is football to you?
I'll say it's very special. It's something I've learned is, you're never going to know when it's your last breath or it's your last snap of football. I'll say that's how it is with anything. You kind of want to live every day like it's your last, and make sure you're enjoying every moment. So football is very important to me and my family now. I'm kind of that super fan for football. So definitely having the time of my life right now.
Yeah. Um, okay. So let's get to know Daniel a little bit. How about that?
Sounds good.
What is what's your favorite thing to do outside of football, outside of school, just what do you like to do outside of everything?
Favorite thing to do is definitely go outside and just enjoy nature. I'm a big fisherman, big outdoorsman. I love hunting and just sitting back and enjoying everything that's out there. That's kind of where I always spend my summer, is just on the water fishing, and like I said, just relaxing and enjoying everything.
All right. Okay, so favorite player growing up.
Favorite player growing up was definitely JJ Watt. He kind of inspired a lot of kids my age to just, be out there and be a beast. I'll say he's very entertaining to watch, and I'll say that Texans team back in the early, 2010s, 2011, that was a lot of fun. So I'll
Yeah.
say JJ Watt, and I know coming to Wisconsin, that's a lot of kids, number one guy. So I'm happy to say him.
All right. Well, Daniel, thanks for the time, man. We'll talk to you soon and best of luck this week.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, Casey.